haven't been online live for a long time. So today I just decided to come on live and talk. Just like talk. Just this evening, obviously the hair is running out, and I was just reflecting on my journey. I was reflecting on my journey to understanding the mind of a child and how I started. I realized that when I decided to go take a course to understand the mind of a child, one of the concepts that stood out for me was that the concept, I just remembered it this evening, is the concept of what is called marked mirroring. If you ever get to see this video, I want you to put for me in the comment section if you've ever heard of the word marked mirroring. I mean, it sounds a bit abstract, so it's not like it's something that is so common, but I'm going to try and simplify it, and I'm going to kind of share with you how this marked mirroring thing can be used to make your, caring for your child and your toddler less stressful. Like caring for your child. Sorry, my friend is calling me. I'm just going to put my phone on don't disturb for a minute. Yeah. And I'm going to go ahead so that no one disturbs me. I'm going to be here for half an hour, thereabout, to share with you guys what I have thought about, sharing with you that would transform your entire journey. I mean, over time, I realized that I had forgotten about this marked mirroring thing. But as the year ends, I just thought that I wanted to revisit it and share it with you guys. I don't know. Someone is texting me. I get a little bit distracted. I thought like I should revisit it and share it with you guys, because this simple idea can actually help you have your parenting a toddler or a child, make it more easy, because it will help improve your connection with the child, as well as kind of make your relationship stronger. And obviously in this time and season where I am sharing with you guys, I mean, I just posted a video. If you haven't seen it, you should go and watch it, where I had a conversation with a mom, and it transformed my mind. I was so blown away. I was so happy. Thank you guys for joining. I'm so happy that you're joining in. Thank you so much. I'm literally going to try and share with you. Hello. Let me know where you're joining in from. I'm going to be talking about marked mirroring. Oh, hello. Hiya. I'm videoing from the UK, but I'm in Nigerian, and I'm going to be talking about marked mirroring. Thank you guys for joining in. Thank you. If you can wait till the end, it will be fantastic. Thank you for joining in. I'm just going to be sharing, as the year runs out, I'm going to be sharing with you the concept of marked mirroring and why it is important in parenting, and why it is important for your child, how it's going to help you draw strong connections and build a kind of a foundational emotional support that your child would build on as they grow. So I'm going to be sharing with you why it is important. When I just started my journey on understanding the mind of a child, because I wanted to understand the mind of a child, so I took a course called Babies in Mind, and I just was set out to understand child caregiving. And one of the concepts that blew my mind was this marked mirroring concept. I remember it was the first time I recorded about it. I actually used to talk about, oh my Lord, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if you don't like my language. Obviously, I speak English, and I don't know how to speak any other language that you understand. If I speak my core native language, you would not understand it. So you might as well just do well with the English, or kind of get a translator. I'm so sorry, but kind of listen to what. Thank you, Ernest, for saying I'm an angel. Yes, I am the angel of the Lord who has been sent to the world. I'm sorry, I can't really speak English. Sorry, I only speak English. So moving forward, try and see if you can get like a translator. So moving forward, I'm gonna be talking again, like I said, about why marked mirroring is so important in your parenting. So I'm going to give you an instance. Imagine that your child is crying. I mean, instead of just keeping like a neutral face or even being stressed about it, why don't you say something like, or kind of like give it a soft face and say something like, oh no, are you upset? You know, what happens here is that you're trying to kind of, because mark mirroring is about reflecting back your baby's emotions, like kind of mirroring what they are doing. That's what it's called, max mirroring. Where your baby, because obviously your child doesn't have the developmental capacity to understand. I'm African, yes, to understand where, like, to understand what is going on, obviously. So you are the one who have the capacity, you are the one who knows, because your prefrontal cortex that's now developed so well, and you are able to, you know, transmit information to understand situations. Whereas, alas, your child who doesn't have that capacity. So your place is to mirror that emotion. That's what is called marked mirroring. So say your child is crying, instead of getting upset or just being neutral about it, the best way, I mean, that's why I always say the best way to quickly connect and create emotional attachment in a healthy way with a child is to start it as early as possible, because you always would have your infants crying. You always, especially when they have gotten to 3 months, 4 months, their minds are already working. And so your job as a parent is to mark mirror. So what is mark mirror? Reflecting their emotions back to them. So if you're, yeah, we love you too, Ernest. I'm talking about parenting, so let's focus. So what you're going to do is mirror. So if your child is crying, instead of being neutral or kind of just being, showing that it's stressing you out, kind of like reaffirm, oh, you're upset. Oh, I can tell. Keep a sad face. Oh, that kind of a thing. I know it's not all the time that you would always be in the mood to respond in that way, but obviously as parents, we are human beings. The moment we remember, it's important to forgive yourself at that time. I always say forgive yourself for the mistake that you made, and set out yourself to try again the next time, because there will be several scenarios for you to kind of practice this mark mirroring and every other parenting technique. Obviously, you're not keeping it in your mind, and remember, you're not conditioned to know this technique. You're not conditioned to know it. The average human being is not conditioned to know that there is a parenting skill and technique that you can use to parent in an easy way. And that's why we teach this. That's why we teach that you being in a healthy place mentally as a parent is so important, because when you are in a healthy place, you seek knowledge, you seek better ways, you seek skills on how to do it differently and do it better. So I'm saying that now that you know about marked mirroring, take advantage of it. If you have an infant, take advantage of it. If you have a 3-month-old, take advantage of it. If you have a less than a year-old child, you are fantastically still on the right track. Even if you even have a 2-year-old, even if you have a 4-year-old, you are still closer. But when you start having a 7-year-old, it will be a different ballgame entirely. So if your child is between the ages of 0 to 4 years, get on this video and watch it to the end, because you would love it. It would change the trajectory of your parenting journey. It will entirely transform it and make it so easy for you and make it so attainable. I mean, you would be glad that you got this information. So as I move on, I've shared with you what marked mirroring is. So, like I said to you, babies don't come into the world knowing emotions. I've already established that they don't know emotions. You know it, and even if they are exhibiting emotions, they don't even know how to deal with it. So your job is to show them how to deal with it by reflecting that you understand. It's kind of a way of saying, look, I see you, I hear you, I recognize you, and I am here to soothe. So it's so important to indulge your infants. It's so important to indulge your less than a year. No, I don't speak French. I wish I could. Mimi, come on here to this call, my friend. My friend speaks French, and I am proud of her. Anyways, moving on. So I'm saying that it's so important for you to indulge your infant. It's so important for you to indulge your toddler, because when you when you recognize and see that they are in need and you soothe it, you create what we call healthy emotional attachment. Now, please take note of what I'm saying, because when you create this healthy emotional attachment, you are forming trust. You are forming trust, because your baby now trusts that, look, this person is worthy of trust because they have consistently maintained a certain emotional, because obviously your baby doesn't understand. You are the one teaching. So that's the power of parenting. You have a clean slate for you to parent the way you want. That's the power. So if you if you are parenting, you have to see it as a clean slate, and you must be able to now use that time to teach healthy emotions by mirroring their emotions and showing that you understand and you feel and you connect with them, and then you soothe. You must soothe. Always remember that you must soothe your baby's emotional expressions, because they don't understand and they don't know how to deal with it. I mean, why does all of this really matter? Why does it matter that I am talking about mirroring? Who really cares? Really? You know, when babies see that their emotions are reflected back to them, when they see that, oh, that you are reflecting back what they are exhibiting and, showing, when they see it, what happens is, it depends on how you reflect back the emotions to them. If you do it in a calm and loving way, they start to feel safe. Like, it's just natural. They're going to feel safe. But if, for example, I tell my clients a lot, your baby can sense an anxiety. They can sense it. I mean, whilst we say, oh, they're not able to understand, they don't have the capacity to understand different types of emotions, your baby will tilt towards fear more if you portray fear. Your baby would tilt towards anxiety more if you are anxious. So that is what max mirroring is. So it's so powerful. It's so powerful. Your baby will reflect exactly what you are reflecting as a parent. And so it is so important that when you are parenting, your marked mirroring must be a healthy marked mirroring. It must be safe. It must show love. It must be calm. I mean, that's why mastering your emotions in parenting is a big deal. It's a big deal. If you've never done anything for yourself for any reason, for parenting, you must. And you are not going to start it when your toddler is 5-year-old. They will stress. You're going to start it when they are an infant. Create the foundation. Because what I used to say back then, it was like, say, that's almost like 10 years ago. I used to say that. I used to say, look, whatever it is that happens at conception has the ability to last forever. And so when your baby is born, see it as building a house. Consider it as building a house. When you have a newborn, just consider that, okay, this is a new house. So what happens to new houses? Foundation has to be strong, right? So the foundation that you build during the first, at least, let me say the first 6 years of life. Let me leave 6 years. Let me say the first 2 years of life are the foundations that the other blocks that you're now going to bring in from the other experiences that you will have on your journey will now build on. So this max mirroring thing is so important. And it's important because obviously your child is going to be able to feel safe. They will learn, they will learn that, oh, when I'm behaving like this, it means I am upset. When I'm behaving like this, it means I am happy. For example, if your child is laughing and you're laughing back, hello, they know that something nice is happening, because who taught us that, okay, laughing is a healthy emotion, or it is a safe emotion? Who taught us that when somebody cries? Actually, we learned it. We saw it. We learned it. So it was what we learned. So if we say that we know what marked mirroring is, and we understand what marked mirroring is after this video that I've explained critically to you, you would now understand why it's important for you as a parent to be in a safe place mentally. I think mental health is in the mind or is in the head. I think mental health should be in the head and in the mind, obviously. So this is so important because kids with secure attachments from you mirroring their emotions for them tend to grow up more confident. That was what I noticed. If you have not watched my previous video, rush now and go and watch immediately after this recording. I've got 15 more minutes. I shared with you, I broke down and shared with you in that video how I met this woman, was talking amazingly about her parenting experience, how she has been parenting with this method I am mentioning. Obviously, she didn't talk about Max Mirror because she's not that detailed. She just understood. I'm sure she broke the code. She cracked it. She knew what it means to parent. That parenting is not about being forceful. Parenting is about parenting yourself, getting into the mind of the child and understanding the child's needs and all of those. I mean, so children who are children who get parenting in this format, when you see them as preteens or teenagers, you see that one of the things you see about them is that they are very confident. That's what I saw about that 11-year-old. She was so confident. I mean, she behaved like an 11-year-old, but still she was so respectful, so well-behaved and all of that. I could tell. I mean, it could have been nice for her to come and say, oh, look, that's what I do, and she was not doing it. But I saw her child walked in, and the same, I don't need magic for me to know that your child you're parenting your child in a healthy way. I don't need magic. I mean, it doesn't mean that your child will be perfect. It means that they will be secure. There will be a connection. There will be safety. There will be no pretense. They are themselves, 100%. And you will see a sense of connection. You will see a sense of a reflection of who you are. Not like, obviously, children are a reflection because that's what you have been padding into them. So whenever you see your child behaving, the finger is pointing back at you. That's the truth. Yeah, that's an old saying that says that. Obviously, when you see a child behaving that way, mostly they put it back on the mother. But obviously, it's two, the father and the mother. Whatever you are doing in your home is a combination of your partners, your marriage, your relationship is a combination of two. So you will see that children who are get parenting that comes with max mirroring that is done early enough will be more confident. They are better at handling their emotions. They don't throw tantrums. I mean, I used to throw tantrums a lot. Obviously, they are better at managing their emotions. They understand their emotions, and most of them become very successful in school, and they end up having very healthy relationships and know how to. Social connections are not a problem for them. They know how to build the relationships. They know the importance of communication. They know the importance of connection, and they build healthy connections. Because they have been shown that they are seen, so they don't need to be seen. Oh my Lord, this is so powerful. They are not people's pleasers. I love what I'm saying. They're not people's pleasers because in their home, they're not forced to please anybody. They are themselves because they've been loved and they've been showed how to treat and manage their emotions. They are not people's pleasers. They don't feel a need to want to overdo. Like, they don't feel a need to want to outdo themselves because they feel secure in who they are because they've been loved, in a healthy way. So you find out that they build healthier relationships, and this thing is all about kind of a situation where you just generally just show that, look, you are safe, you are seen, you are understood. And I mean, every little moment about this whole thing counts. Like, that's why if you get my book on understanding child caregiving, I wrote there that it's about seizing every opportunity. If you have not gotten that book yet, run now to my channel. If you click on my channel, you would see the link to the store for McEd Cares. I'm the founder of McEd Cares, and every book I write is copyrighted under McEd. But that book I published in 2020, where I shared how you can I shared practical examples, and the book is less than £3, and that's about less than $2 or thereabout. So it's not less than $2, it's less than $5. So if you click on the link, if you rush now to the link in my description or the link in my channel, I just pinned the link to that book there. So in that book, I shared how parents can take advantage of situations to parent. Imagine that all parents were taking this point into cognizance and taking it into action. What a world we will have. We'll have a world of people filled up with emotional stability, healthy emotions, great relationships. They are comfortable in their skin. There'll be less moral vices that we have. There'll be less stealing because no one is trying to excessively outshine anybody. Because my mother said I am okay even if I had a bald hair. My father reaffirmed that my life does not consist in the amount of things that I have. So all of these things we're going to have a different world if you begin to take this in. So I say to parents, see yourself. Oh my goodness. If you don't take anything back tonight from this session I'm sharing with you, see yourself as the author, or see yourself as when you have a child, see yourself as it's a privilege for you to contribute your bit to the society. It is a privilege for you to contribute your bit to, thank you very much. It is a privilege for you to contribute a little bit of, give a little bit of your, effect. Privilege. So the moment you are parenting, the moment you have a child, you've been an opportunity to have a child, just see it as, oh my goodness, I've been given this huge work to play a role, to make sure that the child that I'm sending back to the society is a healthy one, and watch our society transform. I tell parents, look, see yourself as the orator, or the what I would call like the potter that has been sent to mold this child to become a healthy one for our society, and our world will be, extremely, a better place if we have this. I mean, apart from Max mirroring, being all about, oh, mommy, I see you. Thank you very much. Apart from Max mirroring being all about the fact that your child will be better and all, it's an easy, eventually becomes, makes parenting easy for you as a parent. Like I shared in the video where I just shared, if you go back to my channel, you'll see this video. This woman shared with me the foundational thing that she did in her parenting journey, that from childhood, she had created what we called culture, a family culture. What do you want your family to be known by? It's not the one that, oh, I want my child to be known by this, but meanwhile you are known by another thing. Oh, it that becomes a case of do as I say, not do as I do. Have you created what we call family culture? And so that's what Max mirroring does for you. For example, when we say parenting is made easy with the understanding of Max mirroring and all, we say, because when your baby feels understood, your baby, feels less upset and sees that, oh, even when they are upset, their behaviors are being mirrored back to them, over time, they learn to calm themselves. I shared a video on TikTok the other day of how to, get children to get your child or your son or your daughter to kind of calm their emotions, or to self-regulate their emotions. And that is possible. It's very possible. But a lot of times you go to some homes and toddlers are, outbursting their emotions because parents don't know how to train them to self-regulate. So this is what Max mirroring does for you, because when you start it early, it makes it easier for the child to now understand, oh, that this is the emotions I am exhibiting. Oh, if I am angry, oh, this is actually anger. How do I now self-regulate myself? For example, if they were showing a form of anger, or they were crying and you showed a sad face because they're angry, or maybe you breastfed them when they were a baby and all, and they start showing that sad crying face that they don't want that breast milk, and you kind of understand and you reaffirmed that, oh, look, if you don't want breast milk, we could try something else. And your child is showing all of these, behavior, right? Where they are pouring out the breast milk. Merry Christmas. They're peeling out the breast milk. Let me know if this is giving you value. I'll be so happy to hear. Thank you for joining and watching up until this point. So if your child is spewing out that breast milk, and they are, not enjoying it, and you are able to recognize that, look, this person is not enjoying this thing, and you kind of now show a process of dealing with that. Say, for example, if they peeled it out, you're like, oh, do you not like that? Okay, can we try drinking or having like 3 teaspoons of maybe, let's say, orange juice? The child now knows, oh, if I don't like a particular thing, I can always try something else. No child is born to this earth knowing that, oh, if there's only there that if that oh, if there is breast milk, there's only breast milk that I know. I don't know how to explain this thing. Like, no child is born knowing that, okay, if I can't have breast milk, I can have another thing. No child. You have to teach it. You have to teach it. So now, if that scenario happened where your child peeled out breast milk because they didn't want it at the time, or maybe they just felt like, you know what, I'm tired of this, because we're human beings. I'm tired of this, your breast milk every day, or I'm tired of this, your cereal every day. You can now teach that, oh, look, if you don't actually like this. So for me, I seize every opportunity to teach children. For example, I was having a conversation with my nephew the other day, and he was saying, oh, that mom and dad are always afraid of him riding bicycle, that he's fine and that he's okay, and that nothing is going to be wrong with him. And I said to him, look, that as much as you would be free to ride bicycle eventually and all, because he started riding, that, riding your bicycle does not mean that you are, obviously, you're going out to ride your bicycle, you feel free, you don't feel caged anymore. Freedom has come, but freedom comes with responsibilities. When I said that to him, do you know what he did? He turned back to me and looked at me. I was like, Auntie Dina, what did you just say? I said, yes, freedom comes with responsibilities. So you must take each of the opportunity to teach, to instruct, to show. Like, instructions obviously might sound like a negative word, but obviously not like being forceful and all, but you must, because sometimes you have to guide. Your child is going this way, like, let's go back here. And you must guide in the way, what you do, in the things that you say, how you say it. And you must start early. So it is important to, teach this. I started by talking about Max Mirror. I've talked about a lot of things about parenting. If you leave me here, I will not even close. I've talked about a lot of things about parenting, which still falls back to how important Max mirroring is in early parenting. Children that are that experience Max mirror parenting and all, they become, less. They know how to calm their emotions, and they have been modeled that calmness. That's how simple it is. They've been modeled it. They know this is how to respond to things and all. So this makes parenting much easier as you grow on in your parenting age and all, because you're constantly, out. You're not like constantly out of emotional fires. You have it. But obviously, appropriating those emotions to its healthy places. And so your child now knows how to appropriate it. What an amazing way to parent, in an easy way. So parenting is not about being perfect. I always say this all the time. It's about showing up consistently. I've said it to you with love. If you fail here, you say, okay, next time I'll try again. If you didn't work here, okay, next time, It's just like me, I make mistakes a lot with parenting. Like, I will never lie. I've told people on this app how me like this. I left my phone. I'll never forget that experience. I left my phone when I was parenting my niece. I left my phone on my car bonnet and started driving off. I saw it in the middle of the express. I was like, what? Who does this? So it's never going to be perfect, and children will test your patience. But also it's about, showing that, obviously, if I made a mistake here, okay, let's go again. And you must be consistent. Today, you will not say, oh, we are using cutlery, tomorrow we will not. Or you will not say, today we are going to bed at night, tomorrow you are not. You must, one of the amazing things that my dad did with parenting for us was consistency. And that consistency is culture. That's what it is. Family culture. That's what it is. I think I am really proud of that for him. Obviously, there were other parts they didn't do so well, but obviously, I like that culture part. He created that family culture that till tomorrow, we all have it. So even if you mess up sometimes, babies are so forgiving. Oh my goodness. I wrote something the other day about how babies see us in our rawest form but still loves us. But us, we want them to be the best. Why? Why? They see us in our rawest form. They love us. Even when we misbehave, even when we are scattered everywhere, the baby will just be there. They'll still love us. Even when we misbehave and maybe shout on them, they're still crying and wanting us to carry them. They see us in our most fragile times and they see us in our most vulnerable time. They still love us. Why can't we replicate the same kind of love? So they're always forgiving and they know that you care. So if you make mistakes and they see that, oh, consistently my mom was doing this, obviously they know it. So if you make mistake, it's okay. The bottom line is to reaffirm again. Now, I'm going to show you practical tips. I'm going to share with you practical tips on, how you are going to use marked mirroring. Let's say your toddler is frustrated because they can't stack blocks. I don't know if your toddler has ever really tried to stack blocks. I don't know. Me, I will not lie. I am a kind of, I like to, I can be a little bit impatient. So I'm working on look, you have to be a little bit more patient. So if my toddler is playing, or if I have a child around me and they're playing with stuffs and all, I'll just quickly just go and help them finish it off, which is not right. So for example, if your toddler is frustrated about stacking blocks and all, don't quickly just go and help them. So for example, when I said something about when you see a child who is trying to, figure out to get things done and you quickly just go and interfere, or you see a child trying to fall. One of the things I've learned coming to the UK is how I see parents let their toddlers make mistakes, let them fall. Not obviously, not in an unsafe way, but obviously, as long as the fall is in a safe way, they stand up, it builds their resilience and all. So instead of trying to fix that for them, you might just say, oh, wow, this is so hard. You can just say it, just say it. I see you're trying really hard. Well done. That kind of a thing. Then you now wait. The pause then now lets them feel heard. It gives them a space to try again. So you are recognizing that, look, it's actually hard. You say to them, you're also recognizing their feeling and their hard work. Oh, look, I see that you are putting in a lot of work. So you have now reaffirmed what is already obvious to them. Oh, do you want to try again? And you give them the space to try again. So if it is okay if this feels a bit awkward at first, you are saying this, the key is to actually stay calm and focus on connection. It gets easier and as you continue on your parenting journey. So it might feel awkward for you to find that your child is struggling. Why is my child struggling now? But it's actually okay. Leave them to struggle and figure it out. It doesn't just help with emotional development. It helps with cognitive development. It helps with intellectual development. I have a lot of videos on this YouTube about, different developmental stages of a child. A lot of them. If you have not seen it, go and watch it. All of these things will not be possible. All of these things I'm sharing with you, if you as a parent are not in a healthy place mentally. I'm going to be wrapping up very soon. I have less than 2 minutes or 3 minutes, and I'm going to be wrapping up very soon. So that is why we exist. That is why I founded Make Earth Cares. And truly, we do really care about the world at large and the people that we're bringing into the world. If only every parent do the responsibility of what is required of them as parents, we would have a healthy society. We will have better leaders, we will have less social vices, we will have, literally have, obviously, because the world is really diverse. Not everyone is on social media, and you may not be able to reach everyone. So you that have been opportune to listen to this, am I going to trust you to do your bit in creating a better society? I don't have a child yet, but hopefully I will have one soon. But I am committed to making sure that every child I come across, not in a way of telling them what to do and all, I live a life that influences them to want to be better as children. So marked mirroring is such a simple but powerful tool. That's what I've been talking about today. I was recounting my experience of my 10 years experience of my first experience of wanting to understand the mind of a child. That was what this video was about. My first experience of wanting to understand the mind of a child. And one of the things that stood out for me when I learned and took that course was the word marked mirroring. And it is one of the simplest tool ever. It's just a way of, if you're just joining in, it's just a way of reflecting back your child's emotions to them. And it's such a powerful tool. It helps your baby feel secure, it strengthens your bond with them, and it makes parenting more enjoyable in the long run. That's the truth. And that's what I've been saying soon. As we head into the new year, I want to admonish you, and I want to kind of encourage you on your parenting journey. And everything I've shared with you, I really hope this gives you a fresh perspective as you go into the new year on caring for your little ones. It gives you an understanding on how to deal with them, especially if you have an infant. Lucky you. I always that's why I like first time moms, and I like moms who are still pregnant, because it's a clean slate for me. It's like, oh yeah for me. So I just thought to pop in here to give you a fresh perspective as you go into a new year and make this your experience of parenting better. Now, if you have questions for me, I'll be happy to take it. Just 1 minute, I've got to stay on this call. If you have a question for me, I'm happy to take that question about this topic where I've been talking about marked mirroring. And if you've been listening up to this point, thank you very, very much. If you are watching this as a replay, drop in the comment section the questions that you weren't. I should be able to add more link to our support community. So if you run to my channel, you will be able to see a link to join our support community. There's one for fathers, there's one for mothers. So if you're a father, please join. If you're a mother, please join. I'm going to pin that on my channel. I don't think if I can pin it on the description. Yeah, I'll try and see if I can when I upload this. When I upload this recording, it's a live recording on YouTube. So we have a support community. It's completely free. Although we have resources that you can buy, being a part of the community is entirely free. And I am encouraging you to join in that community if you can. It would transform your parenting life. It would transform your motherhood life, because we're not just sharing psychological tips, we're sharing clinical tips, because we have nurses on that platform. We have experienced mothers who share first-hand information that will transform all the concerns that you have. So if you look at us, we are like holistic. We talk about skincare conditions. We talk about nutrition. There's nothing we don't deal with on this journey, because we believe that for you to be a healthy parent, you must access information. You must it's like going for war. You must be equipped with the right ammunition. Is that the word? You must be equipped with the right tools that you want to take and go to the farm or go to war if you're a farmer. Not. So that's what it's about. So we want to equip you as parents to go out there and give us a healthy society. That's what we have been called to do. And I am so proud, and I'm so proud of what I'm doing, and I'm never going to stop doing it. So I want to thank you for watching up until this time. Drop for me in the comment section if you've got questions, and thank you for connecting. If you've got any other concerns, if you want to support the work that we're doing, we're a Nigerian social enterprise, and we have a lot of operations ongoing. We have staff that we have to pay. We're currently building a mobile application that will allow mothers and fathers to book and pay for therapy. So we need to complete that, launch it, and do a lot of launch dates, do an event for launching. We have to do a lot of PR, and we are looking for a lot of money. We're looking for a lot of money, but there's nothing that is bigger than our God. So if you have been led to support us, if you've been led to, I've pinned my number again on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to pin the link to our YouTube page, to our YouTube page, to our WhatsApp page, so that you can join that support community. And from there, I will meet you, and you can send me a private message to support the work that we do. Thank you for watching up until this time. I will see you on the next. I'll be going off right now. I thought to come up raw like this, just to share that with you as the year ends. I hope you have an amazing Christmas tomorrow. Meanwhile, I'm going to be having a live, if you have watched to this point, I'm going to be having a live on the 26th at 9:30 p.m. with one of the mothers in our support community to talk about the importance of asking for support and what is mom guilt. We're going to be talking extensively on how the mother who is going to be on live with me has her motherhood experience being transformed by being a part of our support community. And we're also going to be talking about if she had ever experienced mom's guilt and how she dealt with it, and how to deal with mom guilt. I mean, all of this information is important for you as a mother. So if you think that this conversation is what you want to be a part of, I mean, we're going to be live and I'm inviting you to be a part of it. Thank you guys. See you on the next one. I'll try and do as much of lives as I can, as this one just came like an inspiration this evening. I was like, you know what, get it done. And so, yeah, man, thank you for watching till this time. I'll see you guys on the next. Bye-bye.